Hey everybody, I'm Carly with 52 Weeks of Beauty, and for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be talking about a word. You might be asking, why words? What do they have to do with beauty? Well, that has to do with what your definition of beauty is, which again is why words are so important. Words allow for true connection to happen, and when people have the same working definition of a word, that allows for progress. In all honesty, I could spend 52 weeks on the importance of words, but it's not what I promised here. So for the next 2 weeks, we're gonna be looking at one word, and that word is humility. With my experience, this is a squirmish word that wants to move around every time anybody tries to define it. The way I would define humility is this: simply living in the truth. And the truth for us as human beings is that we were designed with intention. It takes humility to accept that we were designed with intention, to accept that we didn't choose our birth, we didn't choose our features, we didn't choose our height, we didn't choose any of this. And I know in some of us there might be a pushback about this, but hear me out. There's actually a freedom in being a creation and not the creator. I mean, think about a mother of a newborn baby and all the work that goes into that compared to just being the baby itself. Do you get what I'm saying? So here's another great thing about humility and the freedom that comes from living in the truth of who you are. There's absolutely no shame in being a beautiful creation. Let's think about the sun for a second. Think about if, because of false humility, it held back. Life itself would be affected. We get to live in the truth that as humans, we have great capacity for important beauty. Webster's definition of humility is this: freedom from pride or arrogance, or the quality and state of being humble. I don't really like any of Webster's definition of the word humble. I do, however, like what Webster has to say about haughtiness, which in my opinion is the opposite of humility. So here's what old Webby says. I'm not saying that. So here's what it is: having or showing an attitude of superiority and contempt for people or things that we feel are inferior. Okay, so now that we've talked about it conceptually, here's where we get practical. Here is our challenge. What is one area in our life that we should practice humility? For me, as ridiculous as this might sound, it's dealing with the cold weather. I hate the cold. If you're around me, it literally is like my soul is dying. I rarely see the sun in Michigan, and I live here. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot change the fact that it's gonna be cold for the next 3 to 6 months. So what is it for you? What do you need to accept? Let's take out our journals and let's write down, what do we need to practice humility in? And here's some questions that we can ask ourselves. What is one way that blank, so for me, the cold, could actually bring value into my life? I'm gonna ask myself, why am I having such a hard time with the cold anyway? What's the root cause of this issue that I should really just be humble about and accept that it's not gonna change, it's not going anywhere? Okay, so we're gonna post this on YouTube. It's also gonna go to the Facebook page, and we're gonna be able to connect with Instagram and Facebook as well using hashtag #BeautifulAGA. So if you're gonna post anything to Instagram, post that. Maybe we'll feature one of your stories or something that you're practicing humility in. Again, I'm Carly with Beautiful, and this is AGA Productions. I can't wait to connect with you over this. Let's go somewhere beautiful together. I'll see you next Thursday.